Hello, I'm Peter Vaughan, and today, welcome to Rapido's 2025 convention with their latest models on show for the very first time. And the undoubted star of the show is the new Distinction range, now based on Mercedes. Of course, with an Alco chassis, double floor, this is truly their flagship range. Available in two lengths, 7.54 metres and 8.15 metres, and predictably enough, with single beds or an island bed. You can only have these as 4.5 tonne motorhomes, with one exception. If you have the island bed model in the shorter length and with Truma heating rather than Audi, you can have that as a 3.5 tonne vehicle. All the rest have Audi heating as standard and come with the heavier 4.5 tonne chassis because, well, these are big motorhomes with garages and you're going to need the payload. Well, there's no mistaking the fact that these new Distinctions are based on a Merc, is there? Even at the back, you have the three-pointed star. As Rapido's premium model, you can also see the nice curve of the roof into the sidewalls and vice versa. And at the back, it's good to see that the panels are separate. You haven't got a one-piece unit, so you could repair this panel or this one. You don't have to replace the whole lot if you're unlucky enough to reverse into something. And again, you've got the famous star. The longer ones, these two are both the longer models. They both have the 170 horsepower engine and 9-speed automatic gearbox as standard. And I think the styling's excellent. You've got 3 windscreen wipers across the front. And a lovely little detail is these rectangular indicators. You've got fog lamps below as well. Even within a star flagship range, you have to have a star model, and it's undoubtedly this 166M. Now, the two larger models, the i166 and the i196, are on Alco's VSC chassis, whereas the smaller models are on the AMC chassis. Now, you get a little bit extra overall height, 2.99 metres tall rather than 2.95 metres tall, so still under 3 metres for the auto routes. But the benefits are an extra 9 centimetres in the double floor, as well as an extra 4 centimetres of internal headroom. And aesthetically, they are more pleasing too, because you have these slimmer skirts with no cutaways where the doors or the hatches are, so it looks much neater along the side. The only time that the skirts are broken, or the line of the skirts are broken, is where you have the actual wheel arches. And then at the back, well, of course you've got a big garage, but now with this VSC chassis you have flat loading straight into the garage. And then just before we go inside, I should mention that it's a polyester roof and entirely 100% polyurethane in the construction of the body. Styrofoam insulation, and then of course the heated double floor with 29 centimetres internal height right the way across the van. But you won't be buying this motorhome for its exterior. You'll be buying it for the inside, because it really does have a wow factor. Yeah, the leather is almost certainly optional, but there are very few optional extras on this van. Virtually everything that you see is standard. And Rapido really seem to have taken the attention to detail to heart, with one detail that I particularly like being much improved forward visibility for the driver. Not only have you got those triple windscreen wipers, but they've actually modified the dashboard design so that you can see things much closer to where you're sitting in the driver's seat. Much better for driver safety and driver confidence. And we know a certain German brand that's been boasting about that for years. But then in this lounge, well, you've got these side sofas, and doesn't that curved backrest over on that side look really appealing? And then you've got features like these light switches that operate different areas of the vehicle, wherever you are, you've got different light switches by the door, by here, back in the bedroom, so you can remotely turn lights on and off. And then you've got a remote control here for the posh sound system that is, I believe, one of the few options. The drop-down bed in the cab is electric, well, of course, and it has this nice soft touch upholstered underneath, as does, of course, the ceiling generally. If you don't want the drop-down bed, you can have cupboards all the way around, and they will follow this line with this unusual curved shape. I like this aluminium finish back here too, and this is real solid wood edging. There are travel seats available underneath these bench sofas, but even Rapido admits this is designed more primarily as a two-person van. The kitchen, well, it's a good size, isn't it? And it's got some lovely features. This hose-style tap, this wonderful curve at the front, a sink lid that flips over and acts as a draining board, and the water should even drip through that hole into the sink. Now, these giant kitchen drawers are all locked centrally, but should you forget, start the engine and they will lock automatically. Over on this side, you've got the expected big fridge freezer with the doors that open from either side, and then an oven and grill above. Now, I know that's not ideal, but I suppose Rapido didn't want to spoil their lovely styling. More unusual is this slide out unit. Now, this shelf is removable, so you can hang long dresses, say, in there, but this is more a space for outdoor clothes. So you come into the van, your coat's dripping wet, you can put it in there, and there's even venting in the bottom from the Aldi heating. How about that? When you drive, not only are the kitchen drawers locked, but also these sliding doors that close off the bedroom. So you won't get a horrible clattering noise when you come to the first roundabout. Again, automatically locks when you start or turn the key for the ignition. Over on this side, you have a really generous shower. Lovely new design too, with these storage pockets at the side for your shower gel and your conditioner and shampoo and so on. And then over on this side is your toilet area with the door, of course, that closes off the back of the van. Now, the washroom facilities are superior in this I166 to the island bed I196 that's the same overall length, and that's why I say this is the star of the show. It also includes a number of rather neat features. Well, both the island bed and the single bed model here have these mattress toppers, so you shouldn't have any worries about sleeping comfort. But in this one, you can also have electrically appearing wardrobes. Now, this one on the UK offside has a hanging rail that sort of comes up to meet you, so you can just lift the hanger with your favourite jacket and slip it on. Or if you don't want to do that, you have got conventional front access into the wardrobe, but well, it's a bit neat, isn't it? And all these new Distinction models come with a fitted vacuum cleaner, so if you can't get away from those domestic chores, well, they make it a bit easier for you. And then on t'other side, there's a similar idea. Just fold back the mattress, and this time, of course, it's for all your folded clothes, and you can again still get to them via the front if you can't be bothered to raise that unit up. If you're a regular watcher of the channel, you'll be familiar with how most of these single bed layouts have an extension in the middle to expand that centre section, create more of a giant double bed that you could even possibly sleep across if you wished. But normally when you extend that centre section, access becomes much more difficult, often with a ladder. Not here, because you simply press a button. Well, this is a very stylish bedroom, isn't it? Again, these beautifully shaped top lockers going all the way around the bedroom. Comfort with these mattress toppers, these stylish reading lights, rear corner speakers. Well, it's got everything, hasn't it? But you're going to say about me banging my head on these top lockers. Well, not here I'm not, because again, the electrics come into play. And I simply press a button. Now, I think I'll have smoked salmon and scrambled egg for breakfast. Would anybody like to bring it to me? So, that's the Rapido Distinction I166M. It's not going to be a cheap motorhome, but it can seriously compete with the best of the German opposition. Just look at it. It's packed with style, packed with new features, packed with really good, detailed thinking about how you're going to use the motorhome. Can't wait to have a longer play with one of these.